Welcome back to another exciting episode of Dirty Masenko. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing good, Tank. It should always. I think we. I don't know if we discussed that last time. I think the entrance should always be with a.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man, it is just so fucking funny. Like, I don't care if you beat it like it's like beating a dead horse. I could care. No. I can give two shits, man, because that shit it makes me laugh.
Exactly.
But anyway, how y'all doing? Oh, of course, I'm Tank Rodriguez, and of course, joining me is Steve-O, and we got Goose. Steve-O, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. It looks like Goose is with us this week.
Oh, yeah,
I'm back.
He decided to, take a break for whatever reason.
From his
Dude, my liver hurt
yeah.
me. Like, was hurting so much. Like, I remember when I was younger, I could drink like no problem. Like, I'm fucking 34, and dude, like, I can't do it. I can't.
I love excuses. I love hearing excuses.
Yeah, man.
No
excuses, just results. As my band director would all used to say. But you're here. Better late than never, and that's all that matters.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we missed you.
Yeah, we did miss you. We had a good episode last time, and
it was good.
I heard it was really good.
Yeah,
it was a good episode.
Imagine that, huh?
Mm-hmm. and this time we actually recorded it. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, that is true. I was like,
all right, guess what?
You got it right.
You're out.
Dude. Come on.
No, so last week I wrote down some questions to follow up with, and of course I'm not recording in the studio today. I'm recording at my house, so I forgot those questions. So of course it's not going to be answered today. But
nope.
And Leo, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this at all, but I mean, I did want to follow up with something we talked about last week. Still, I finished The Legend of Korra, and I was going off with Steve-O about how I thought Legend of Korra was better than The Last Airbender, and I totally forgot that when I was watching Legend of Korra, it cut off. I mean, they cut the whole show mid-season 3, and there was 4 seasons in total. And by I thought I'd finished season 3, and I didn't know there was another season left to go. So when I made that statement, I was like, yeah, like definitely still thought that Legend of Korra was better. But after that last season, I agree with you, Steve-O. Man, like that they did everything out of order. Like the bosses they had fight, like that big old demon guy. That in what was it, season 2?
Season 2. Yeah,
that should have been a season 4. Like that was so grandiose. And spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't watched it, I'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, spoiler alert coming. And she loses access, to tap into the previous avatars, right? And so, like, what? I mean, that should have been how it ended. Because it would have been a good follow-up to maybe any kind of spin-off, which they're not going to do, anytime soon. But if there was going to be any sort of spin-off, that's a good way to end it. And then the battles, like the last battle, like with that Earth Queen or whatever, or, the new Earth Queen, like that was so boring compared to even like Sahir. What was his name? Sahir or Shahir?
Sahir.
Yeah. Dude, Sahir was badass compared to what's-her-face in
You know who did his voice, though, right?
Who?
Henry Rollins, bro.
No way! That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
I love Henry Rollins.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. That was at season 2 and season 3. I'm gonna let Goose, because I know you watched probably both of them, right? And what your opinion was? You
didn't watch it?
Did you mute yourself again? No, he's muted again. Technical difficulties.
Are you serious?
Now I can hear him again.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, you're good.
I didn't touch shit.
Okay. Hey, can you boost up your volume a little bit, though? Your mic volume? Just a little bit.
Hold on.
Do.
How about now? Now? How about now?
What? Go ahead.
How about now?
Yeah, okay, whatever, man.
Oh my God! But I want to hear what he thinks, because I want.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. So I saw it when it first came out. I was hooked on it, right?
Yeah.
And granted, I don't remember much about it, but I do remember the first season. I was hooked because I love that whole steampunk vibe that they had going
Yeah.
on, and that's what caught me, right? And
Yeah.
yes, I agree that towards the very end, they kind of just lost me with everything that was going on. I get that it was more into the spiritual world, and I thought it kind of sucked that she lost connection to the avatars. That was the whole mystique behind the show, is that
Yeah.
she had this
It's one
ability
of
to tap into this
of
power.
one of
Yeah,
the perks of being an avatar.
yeah, exactly. Which, my opinion is the Last Airbender is way better than the Legend of Korra. That's in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just because you saw, the conflict between Aang and being able to kill, and knowing that he had to end it in some way.
Right,
I
but
love the history though in Korra. I love hearing about the past avatars.
yeah.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love all that, right? But me personally speaking, Aang was probably well, Last Airbender was the best for me.
Yeah, and I just think they did again going back to it and processing as I finished. It's like they did everything out of order. The first season should have been the first season. Agreed. Like that
Mhm.
boss was great, but
Yeah,
then the second boss should have been the Earth Queen, right?
I agree.
And then
Yep.
the third season should have been Sahir, right?
Hmm.
And the fourth season should have been like the battle of good and evil with the spirit realm. Like
Yeah.
that was that was great, Like
Hmm.
I think this did it out of order, but I just wanted to follow up with that, just because, I was so set on last week. Like last week, I
Yeah.
was like, man, like Legend of Korra is so much better. 'Cause she's so relatable,
Hmm.
in terms of like inner conflicts with themselves, and becoming a person and growing up, and having with great power comes great responsibility, and I just think Avatar was so far out of reach of being relatable. Maybe towards the end,
Mm.
he started becoming more of that. As he started
Yeah.
having feelings for, God dang it, what's her name?
Katara.
Yeah,
Qatar,
Qatar.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, so I'm horrible. I'm horrible with remembering names. But dude, now I'm gonna rewatch the third season because, dude, I love Henry Rollins so much. I can't believe I didn't pick that out. That Sahir to me is like the bane, of that show.
Hey, do y'all want an update? Y'all know something?
Yeah, what's up?
So,
Sure.
my girl showed me something on TikTok that apparently they're asking for voice actors for the next season for another Avatar series.
Really?
Another
And
Avatar.
yeah, and I don't know now. I don't know the timelines, but apparently the Avatar is supposed to be the antagonist in this series. It's going to be, I believe, a dude that's a young adult's going to be again the Avatar, but this time the Avatar, I guess, apparently is evil or some kind of like, the bad guy in this one.
Oh,
And then there's
I
going to
like
be a
that.
female protagonist who's going to be, I guess, going against that particular Avatar. And I don't. And then there's going to be this is how I heard it. This is going to be a transgender character that's supposed to be like related to Kyoshi.
Oh,
So
yeah, okay.
that
okay.
so that's going to be this particular. They're asking voice actors already for it. So she came to me, was like, you could be a voice. Like, I don't think I can relate to any of those characters. I can't relate to the young dude, because I don't think I have a young voice. But
Yeah,
it was just one of
me
those
too.
things. I was like, oh, but I was like, oh, but I'm more intrigued about like the next Avatar series.
Yeah.
So
Well, I wonder how they're gonna do that, because didn't Korra end that cycle? Like she
we
ended
don't-
It's gonna
the
be that's probably
Avatar.
gonna be a prequel.
it might be a
Yeah.
prequel. It might be
Okay.
another, going before, or if it is, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
You don't know where you would take it from there, but.
Yeah.
I definitely think it'd probably be more another
Yeah.
like a past Avatar life or something that they want to delve
Yeah.
into.
Yeah. Well, that's
You know,
cool, man.
It's funny that we talk about these other animes, and I'm excited to do that. Especially I'll get into Bleach. I'm not sure if y'all have watched Bleach, but that's a badass show to watch.
Yeah.
By the way,
Actually,
Just saying.
I was just talking about Bleach today. So I still haven't started Brotherhood. I'm gonna start that again. Still haven't started Inuyasha. But those three I want to do too. But hey, would y'all be since the new season for Attack on Titan, the last season's coming up soon? Would y'all be down to talk about you? Ew.
No. I was like, ooh, because I said ooh.
Yeah.
But no, there's some EO moments in that one though. 'Cause I remember watching the first season of Attack on Titan, and I was like, I was a little disturbed, but
Yeah, definitely
let's
disturbing,
get into
but
it.
it evolved into something
Oh
great.
yeah, no, it does.
The
It did.
story, it's like what The Walking Dead should have been if you're gonna exclude the zombies. The walkers from the fucking show. They knew how to tell a story without having to always have like Titans show up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just a brilliant story.
You know
And
who the writer is?
no,
No.
I don't know who the writer is. Why? Do you have a fun fact for us?
No, I'm just wondering. Just wondering who their history and the ability to tell that story.
Thank you,
No.
Goose, for joining on in the show. We really appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
time.
I was honestly interested because I've never seen Attack on Titan.
What?
You lost the bonus
I've
round.
never seen it.
Goodbye
Oh,
again,
boy.
Goose. We'll see you in 3
Strike
episodes.
three. Strike three.
And I'm out.
Right. Anyway, yeah, well, and that's what we were talking about last week, Goose. And we know we didn't really talk this much this week, but we want to talk about other animes, because there's like only so many episodes of Dragon Ball Super, and then I think like the first half, of the show, could be about whatever we watched in the past week, and then of course the episode itself.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, going into this episode, we have episode 25, a full throttle battle, the vengeful Golden Frieza, and it's about freaking time. Holy heck. This episode aired in Japan on December 27th, 2015. The English air date was July 15th, 2017. I feel like they aired a couple of episodes that day. Let me look back. I'm just going back to this page here. Okay, no, it's back on a weekly schedule again. Anyway, all right. So we actually have some fighting in this particular episode, which is great. We had some fighting last week, and I forgot to mention one thing. Like, you got these 3 people that are trying to kill each other, or 2 people trying to kill one person trying to kill the whole world. And they nonchalantly, very casually have a conversation with each other in the last episode. And even in this episode too, but like they're just trying to determine if Vegeta's actually going to turn bad. And I forgot to mention that too. And just like they're just talking and laughing and, just like waiting for, to fight, whenever they're good and ready to. And it's like, what the hell's going on? And I had someone mention, it's like, so is this like, is this a fighting? And someone asked me, like, is this a fighting episode or is it a talking episode?
It's a Dragon Ball episode.
Exactly. And then we'll get to it here in a second. I'll bring it up later because Krillin says something funny to Bulma that really describes what Dragon Ball fans' description of Dragon Ball is to non-Dragon Ball fans. Anyway, so Frieza wonders if Goku became a deity, and Goku responds saying he's close to one. Frieza is impressed, but not frightened by Goku's presence as a Super Saiyan Blue. Jocko was taking pictures to show his superiors so Earth could get destroyed because it's too dangerous. However, Bulma snatches the camera from Jocko so she can destroy it. Goku is eager to see Frieza transform. As Frieza is prepared to, he vanishes behind Goku to try to attack him, but his move was countered by Goku. Frieza says he was trying to see if transforming was worth it. Frieza powers up to transform and enters a form Frieza calls Golden Frieza. Now, there's only one important thing there. What was your feeling when you first watched this? Like, I'm talking like not getting ready for a podcast, I'm talking about leisurely watching this as a Dragon Ball fan. We'll start off with Steve-O. Steve-O, do you remember your initial thought when watching this?
Well, first of all, I watched that on YouTube because this is like, yeah, because this is when Resurrection of F came out. If you're a really big Dragon Ball fan, you saw the movie first, and you're like, dude, Frieza's got a golden form. And then I didn't watch it in the theater, so I watched it. I just saw it on YouTube, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's it's impressive, and also they really do build it up that way. You got the
Yeah.
It's like, you got the church bells and the church fanfare for it, and so, but it was also one of those things where it's like Frieza's got a more even terrifying form. Actually, you know what? I thought of Cooler, his brother, when that happened. If y'all watched that movie, Revenge of Cooler, where it's actually Frieza's brother that comes back to exact revenge on Goku and the Dragon Ball Z crew. Yeah. So that's all that came to my head. I was like, this is just like a supreme form that Cooler did against the Z fighters. So that's what I got.
Yeah. I think my initial reaction was, I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit of a chubby when I saw that. That was pretty badass.
Someone loves Frieza.
It was pretty badass because and of course he would be gold, like how ostentatious of course he would be gold. I mean that's fits his personality. But I remember the reaction in the theater. Some people were like, "What the fuck?" and other people were just screaming their heads off. So you had a mixed reaction. My reaction was like, I mean that's pretty badass. I thought.
Yeah. The damn son, damn.
So like when watching it for like the first time and even today I still had the same feeling too. Hold on, my dog's trying to take up. Come on, dude. I'm trying to
Get away.
She's on my wires. So watching it for the first time and when I watched it back again for the podcast, it was the same feeling obviously, Frieza being with Vegeta for so long, at least implied for so long, like, there were some similarities there. And even, like, with when he was powering up to become, like, Golden Frieza, like, I thought it was so interesting to see Frieza power up like a Super Saiyan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, and again, going back to what Goose was saying, you have him turn gold. I mean, the closest thing to gold is yellow. Their hair is practically gold. It's basically like he's Super Saiyan Frieza right now.
Yeah,
just in a different terminology. And I thought it was like, man, like it really is. I mean, when Frieza says it too, like Goku is his muse and is like his bane. You know what I mean? Like.
Right.
It is the Batman to Joker. It is the peanut butter to the jelly.
Right.
It is the carrot to the tuna fish. It goes hand in hand. That was a joke, but okay. Guess it wasn't that funny. Oh wait, y'all froze. So I'm gonna continue talking until y'all unfreeze.
So I've watched, a considerable amount of animes in my youth and into my adulthood, and I'm just wondering, have you noticed that every single anime that there's always some kind of color change that implies power? I mean, we see it also other shows as far as shows. I'm not sure, if this is a common theme, but I don't know how I feel about that. If you've ever seen Naruto, Bleach, even it goes even to Saban, where like the Power Rangers, like you have different colors that support different types of power and shows a level of power. And I've always had an issue with that because it's always the same theme. It's like, oh, his hair turned red, he must be more powerful. Oh, his physical form changed a little bit, but really he's glowing blue. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that, especially have you ever seen Roman Warriors?
No.
You remember that Ronin Warriors?
Is that the one where they changed the armors and And
there was there was a super mystical armor, but that was white armor, or you had gold armor, or you black armor. It's just a common theme that I'm noticing too.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, like, I like it. I like that because then you don't. I mean, well, mine is Dragon Ball. Then you don't have to necessarily explain it as in detail. You know what I mean? Like it shows you. It tells you. Like it's like, hey, guess what? This person's different. So now he's definitely stronger. I definitely dig. I love seeing like transformations. Even with
Yeah.
Aaron, and I mean, I know spoiler alert for you, Goose. Even when Aaron changes into a Titan, I dig that shit, man. Or
Yeah.
even going to something relatable for all of us, even in Avatar, in both of them, when they go into the
Oh,
Avatar
true.
state, you know what I mean? Like we see a transformation, and
Yeah.
we know some shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I
I
never thought
think a
about that.
lot of you'll see it as you progress through this Dragon Ball
Mm-hmm.
Super that also too it kind of like it's almost like it revolves around Goku, and if you're around him,
Mm-hmm.
the fighters that are worthy kind of like
Mm-hmm.
go to meet him. The biggest one being Vegeta first off, and then
Mm-hmm.
but then they show Frieza, which is kind of surprising because you're like at some point in the same type of animes where like the
Mm-hmm.
bad guys start to become kind of like maybe not completely good, but they're starting to turn good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but as a consequence, because they're around them, they also heighten themselves.
But
So
Uh,
but
Go
I think
ahead.
I appreciate more the physical change rather than just the color change. Like I appreciate Frieza's transformation. Like we talked about his different types of forms that he has. And I think I'm more of a fan of seeing actual physical change rather than just color change, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We see that in other animes too, like Naruto, where he turns into like the actual nine-tailed fox, or with in Bleach when he becomes a little bit more slimmer and has this different aura around him. But it's more about the physical change that I'm more of a fan of.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, moving on. Oh, actually, before we move on, before I forget too, I wonder if things would be different back in Dragon Ball Z if Frieza actually trained for a little bit.
Oh,
You know,
definitely.
Oh man.
you know what I
Oh yeah.
mean? If he actually
Yeah.
No.
trained and just actually put in some time and effort, how far he would be, and if the
Oh.
world would even exist. So
Oh.
that was always a fun food for thought there.
Hmm.
But yeah, so this.
Yeah. I
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tank. I mean, 100%. There would be no question that things would be a lot different. We would be living in a different. They would be living in a different universe had Frieza actually
Yeah.
applied himself and trained.
Yeah.
But would Frieza be the same person? Because that
Yeah,
implies that
he'd be the same dick.
he's not arrogant, like the reason he doesn't do it is because he already is like, I'm already at this level. Why do I have to bother?
Yeah.
Like I can do that without even, I can point a finger
Well,
and someone dies.
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause essentially, and he blow up a planet and like Planet Vegeta. So why do I even have to do that? So I don't, you kind of wonder, like, yeah, it's an interesting question, but I don't know if he would be the same person to be like Goku. Because that's essentially being like Goku. Goku is always the one that's I got to get powerful. I don't know why, but I just do.
Yeah.
And Frieza's the character where, like, I'm already powerful. I don't need to do that. You can do it, but you're not going to beat me because I'm already there.
Yeah.
So why do I have to bother?
Very good point. So, the spectators are surprised at Frieza's outcome. Frieza tells Goku that he could kill Goku in an instant because he never experienced the power he is feeling. And that actually goes back to your point of arrogance, Steven.
Yeah.
Steve-O. Goku, however, says the match will be close, but Frieza continues to say that he will be the victor. The two begin their match by throwing blows at each other and then eventually doing a beam collision. Suddenly, Bulma is telepathically contacted by Whis, notifying her that his and Beerus, actual written words there, thanks to Dragon Ball fandom wiki.
Going off
Thank you.
that again, eh?
Oh man, gotta love it.
Old
Yeah, so
faithful.
notifying her that him and Beerus' arrival will be in 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Beerus is mad that Goku left him behind. Nothing he'll pay and noting he'll pay for it. Whis quickly stops warping and notices that there's company. Now, look, some of us can argue that half this episode is filler, but this episode is actually a good meat and potato of what we've been wanting and needing to build up to the storyline. And I think what's about to happen right now is great because it expands the metaphorically and and literally, like the Dragon Ball universe. It opens up so many more avenues for stories that we're going to get down the line. So, Champa and Vados show up to see Beerus and Whis. Now, I don't remember because I know we skipped like the first 19 episodes or the first 18 episodes. If Champa and Vados show up in there, I doubt it. I don't think so, right?
No, they do.
Okay, they do.
they do.
Okay,
Yeah, we see like a planet explode, and we see, I guess the Champa silhouette with Vado, and then they just kind of just race off into space. That's pretty. I think that's what I remember.
gotcha.
I thought they had kind of and I have to go back to validate, but I think they orchestrated something. There was a little bit of involvement, that they had played a part into actually meeting the Frieza Force and suggesting that there is something they could use to bring back Frieza. So, it's kind of like, oh, you don't have to do it, but if you want to, here's Earth, like, and then
Yeah.
and then that's it. They don't get any further involved until, and that's why you'll notice in that episode that Beerus is kind of questioning, like, why are you guys here? It's not even your
Yeah.
universe, so why are you here? And then, oh, just
Exactly.
passing by. I'm like, no, you did something. You
Yeah.
have something, fool. What you doing?
Okay, so then I'll rephrase it. We are introduced to Champa and Vado again. Beerus is curious why the god of destruction of the 6th universe is in the 7th universe. He then suspects Champa trying to steal his food from the universe, but Champa declines, claiming the food in his universe is better. He states that he's just visiting the universe. Beerus gets angry and is ready to fight him. Champa accepts but orders Vado to do it because he's lazy. Whis and Vado demand that they have to hurry to their own destinations. Beerus and Whis watch Champa and Vado warp away, but Beerus feels that they are being suspicious. While Vado is warping, Champa asks Vado how many of something they have, and she states that they've gathered 5, which leaves 2 left. Champa wants to stay hidden so Beerus doesn't suspect what he's doing. Now, they're at that 5 out of 7, you already know, they're collecting Dragon Balls, but you don't know. Spoiler alert: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What kind of Dragon Balls they're collecting? And boy, do we have a surprise in store for us. But yeah, no, it's actually it to me, like, it really opened up. It's like, okay, wow, like, where's this going, and why did this happen here? Like, out of everywhere to show up at, you show up, and while the Golden Frieza saga is going on. So I don't know. It was good storytelling for me.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on.
I agree with you.
All right, back on Earth. This is awesome. I'm just playing. Let me move this out of the way. Sorry, you're in the way, Steve-O. Back on Earth. Goku is struggling to push back Frieza's beam because Frieza is exerting more energy. Duh. The beam then shrinks and Goku and Frieza are immediately attacking each other. Bulma is wondering why Vegeta isn't helping Goku fight. Before she could say anything to him, Beerus and Whis show up. Whis immediately asks for the parfait he offered, or the sundae. I don't know why they keep saying parfait in here. The sundae. Beerus threatens the Earth that the sundae was not delicious. Bulma then goes to get the sundae that was in Jaco's ship. As Goku and Frieza continue to clash, Beerus and Whis eat the sundae. We'll skip that one. That's pretty cut and dry. Beerus starts to comment on Frieza and how powerful he's gotten, which says that Goku is having a hard time, and that Frieza trained too, not letting his resurrection go to waste. Goku is failing to keep up with Frieza. God damn, I'm sorry. Side note: I am sorry. I guarantee you, by next week's episode, I will read through this beforehand, and I will correct any kind of sentence errors. These is brutal. Anyway,
I think I'm gonna just like, you got that summary going, bro?
Yeah,
Is it correct?
You're gonna have to. Jesus, this is horrible. Okay, Goku is failing to keep up with Frieza. Goku manages to get away from Frieza to catch his breath. Goku tells Frieza that reaching the level he is took a long time. I think he was saying years. Frieza congratulates Goku, saying that even though he's nearly a god, he's still a Saiyan, or still a monkey. He goes on to say that he'll kill Goku along with everyone else as he catches eyes of Beerus. Now, the fights are actually pretty good here. I actually, we did bring it up last week, Goose. The animation did look weird last week, and I'm not sure why. I didn't really look into it as to why that happened. But we 100% agree with you. It did look funky. But this week, mwah, it was
Yeah.
beautiful Dragon Ball art. And I know we talked about it in the first episode, but it really did take me a while to get used to this new animation compared to Dragon Ball Z. As far as like I'm assuming that it was drawn versus like CGI,
Hmm.
like hand drawn versus computer drawn. But I'm loving it now. Like you can see like the colors and you can see the
Yeah.
vibrance of all of it, and you can see
Hmm.
like the power and like it just has more intensity with
Hmm.
the way it looks now. But yeah, it was a great fighting scene for a little bit.
Hmm.
But yeah, so Frieza is horrified of the sight of the god of destruction, but addresses him though he's. I'm gonna read the sentence as it's written, and then I'll try to figure out what they're saying.
Here we go.
Frieza is horrified of the sight of the god of destruction, but addresses him though he's not.
So he's not.
Oh, okay. So he addresses Lord Beerus like he's not really a god, and I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
to show him respect or whatever.
Yeah, because he says that's Lord Frieza. You forgot to add Lord Frieza, Lord
Yeah.
Beerus.
Lord Beerus.
Yeah.
Lord Beerus. Yeah.
Yeah, even more horrified, Frieza wonders if Beerus is there to interfere with his revenge on Goku. Beerus, however, says that Frieza could do whatever he wants because the God of Destruction doesn't take sides. Bulma is mad that Beerus won't help, but Beerus will protect them if delicious food is around. Jocko was curious to know if he was actually the God of Destruction. Wants to take a picture with him, but Bulma says that that take it with caution. Frieza is ready to continue his revenge. He then attacks the vulnerable Goku after some combos. Frieza has Goku in pain on the ground. Yeah. The summary doesn't really sum up this episode, I think. Like, this episode was really good. And
I agree. It's 100% a great episode.
Yeah.
Because we see the dialogue, but we also get to see some fighting and the actual true measure of their power. Where in previous episodes they blow up a mountain, the ground crumbles, but then they also have too much dialogue. But here we get a good balance of everything.
I think you have to really kind of. I took a step back and said, this is kind of the first time I've seen where usually you see someone like Goku power up and go to this new form, and he's not dominating right away. Do y'all notice that? Like he went Super Saiyan Blue, and he doesn't really like batter Frieza to the ground. I mean, I guess he could have done that before.
Before he turns into Golden Frieza, but that's it. And then he struggled with the beam.
Right, and so you're now you could also say, well, hey, Steve-O, he also became Frieza just went golden. I was like, yeah, I know, but you usually equate the Saiyans going to a new power, unknown power, and they just completely dominate a fight, and then maybe some point the villain or the antagonist picks, like maybe they pick it up, and then they come back and fight. You'll see that in the Cell and Buu sagas a lot, but it's like Goku went to a new form, and Frieza went to a new form and matched him and actually overpowered him. And so it's kind of a different dynamic. It's a different take on that what we've seen normally in Dragon Ball, and I thought that was interesting. I was like, okay, because I hadn't watched the movie and I didn't even know that really went on. I was just like, wow, okay, they're really trying to shake it up here at Dragon Ball Super compared to, this new series of Dragon Ball compared to others.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've never really seen this, as far as, oh yeah, you're Super Saiyan Blue, that's cool.
Yeah.
Check this out. Like, what's better than blue? Like Goose said,
Yeah,
it's gold.
And even Goku says it like you're still talking to me like I just went to this new form and you're still making jokes.
Yeah.
So that means my power is pretty much nothing to laugh. You're pretty much laughing at my power, and he proves it. He proves it that he's definitely stronger than Goku at that point.
Absolutely. Well, it was one of those good episodes to where what's funny? Like, it was one of those good episodes to where, like, I want to watch the next episode, which I did already, of course. But I wasn't left wanting more. Like, I was left so content. Like, I can't wait to see what happens next week. But I mean, but I also can wait. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, it gave me so much to digest, to like really ponder on and wonder about, and ask so many questions. Like, man, what are they gonna do next week? I still want to watch, but I am so willing to wait a whole week until this new episode comes out.
I still got impatient because you wanted to know, okay, what's up with Super Saiyan Blue? What is up with
Yeah.
this God form? There's got to be more to this because it's undiscovered territory. You just want to see what Goku does and what's Vegeta gonna do, and so you're just you are. I wouldn't. I mean, I definitely thought this was a good episode in that you really saw a new power with Frieza. That's awesome in itself.
Yeah.
But like you definitely want to know, okay, there's got to be more to this form that Goku just grabbed into, and you'll find out there's more. But it's just
Absolutely.
you definitely. I still want to I mean, yeah, no, I finished the series. I had to because it's like I had to, I really want to I just wanted to make sure and see it matches the movie. Yeah.
So just but if we could pull the curtain back a little bit, what I usually do, I watch the episode initially, right, and then the day of recording I'll watch it again, and then once we're done recording I'll watch the next episode, right, and then I'll watch like 3 more, and that's how the circle it starts.
Yeah.
So I'm always like going down the rabbit hole again. And it's like, but I left the episode feeling well fed, meaning yes, I definitely want to eat again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I can wait, and I can't wait. I mean, and I'm more than willing to wait. It's like
Right.
you gave me enough to hold me till next week, even though I want it already. And I think again that goes back to, we say this a lot, and I think we're going to continue to say it as the show goes on, is that's the blueprint of Dragon Ball, though. That's what works, and that's kind of the lore to it. We love filler episodes. I know my friend that's watching it for the first time, Dragon Ball Z. We've told her so many times, like, hey, just skip the filler episodes. It's not important. Skip Garlic Jr. I promise you, it's not going to have any significance.
Yeah, absolutely not at all.
Like, it's not going to mean anything whatsoever. And she was so happy to watch Garlic Jr., but I'm going to ask her, like, hey, let's watch Garlic Jr. again and see. She was like, no.
I was like, do they mention Garlic Jr. in future sagas? Not really. They don't even know who that is.
I doubt it. They might have brought it up once or twice, but in insignificant conversations. But
Right.
pulling it back up here right now. So the next episode, we get a chance appears in a tight spot. Launch a counteroffensive, Goku. So Goku's probably going to do some, obviously we've seen Goku, in defense mode right now and kind of pinned down. So now we're going to see, hopefully we see some good offense coming back now.
Right. It's kind of going back to a little bit of, the first Frieza saga in Dragon Ball Z, where there is a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you always felt like Frieza just had the upper hand. He's just letting Goku kind of play around. This time, they're definitely both on equal footing. There's not one that's like. I mean, you could argue that at this point, as of this episode, Frieza definitely has the upper hand.
Yeah.
But it ain't by like a large margin. Like everybody, y'all remember, like you watched the Frieza saga, and Frieza's like, I'm only like at 50%, maybe. Yeah. I'm like, it's my final form, mind you, but I'm at 50% of that final form.
Yeah.
By the way, I also have my hand tied behind my back, so 50%, maybe 35%. I don't know.
Yeah, it's intense, man. It's super, super intense to know like their actual strength, but yeah, no, I'm excited for next week's episode. We're gonna get some more fighting, and spoiler alert, it is coming down to an end. It's winding down the saga itself. So we're almost done. We're almost done with this one,
y'all, maybe fellas, maybe we end it next week. How about that?
Oh, you want to do that?
It could end it, bro. I mean, okay, because you watched it. I've watched it, and you've watched it probably. Tank, Goose, probably the same thing.
Yeah.
You definitely want that to be a twofer because it does end. Ah, man, I don't want to say too much.
Okay,
I mean, but
we'll talk about it.
You know
off
what I'm saying?
Air. We'll talk about it off air and get a really good consensus of it. And so You know what, Dragon Ball fandom wiki? Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be using you next week. And I'll bleep that out. I'm sorry. I know I was supposed to keep this PG-13. I apologize. That was at 40 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm not going to use this piece of crap. It's hot garbage. It's holding us back, man. But yeah, so we'll definitely do that because there's only 2 more episodes left for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll talk about it during the week. And you know what, guys? For all our listeners, I hope you're excited because it's going to be a good one. I did have one more question. So, non-Dragon Ball Super related, because as the show winds down, Korra, was she her and what's her name? Asami. Were they a thing at the end or what?
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Wait.
yeah. So
What the hell? I gotta
Goose,
watch
really?
this over again. I gotta watch this shit over again because what the?
It's like your
what the
gator must
bleep?
be off. No. Okay. So apparently, there was a version out there where no, I think if you watch it.
But before you go on, you got to remember, 4th season never made it to Nickelodeon at all. Like it never aired on Nickelodeon whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
go
I
ahead.
think
go ahead.
I think that original version had them sharing a small innocent kiss as they're leaving into the spirit world. But if you I watched the Netflix one right now, and they don't do that.
No.
So
they just hold
hands. It. But yeah, they hold hands. But it's implied a little bit that they're getting closer. But at first it's kind of like, oh, this is my really good friend that just listens and understands me, and then but y'all are going off to the sunset together.
Into the spirit world. Into the spirit world.
What kind of motion you making with your hands there, Tank?
Oh, I'm just throwing the peace sign.
Together, mushing together. Yeah. So I think what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was. I think the original. They shared a kiss, and then it became a hot topic. And it's funny,
cool.
actually.
I don't have a problem with it. I just wish it wasn't as implied, or you know what I mean. Like it shouldn't be so taboo, especially in 2020.
But check this out. Yeah. If you YouTube Legend of Korra and Asami abridged or something, you can someone has taken they brilliantly cut them talking as a couple, or because the voice actor who does Korra, she also did I guess some show back in the day where she is a lesbian, or figuring out she's becoming a lesbian, and she splices that person splices that with Legend of Korra video clips, so it looks like she's saying it's really well done. It's really well done.
I gotta check that out. I know you're checking it out right now.
At first you're thinking it's these Legend of Korra outtakes, and but it's just someone brilliantly doing a great job of splicing that voice actor's previous show with Legend of Korra video.
Nice.
So,
nice. Well, I mean, I just felt bad for. God, again, help me out. What's their ex-boyfriend's name?
Oh, that's Mako.
Mako, yeah. Mako just gets thrown to the curb, to the dogs, man, and forgotten about. And
He'll bounce back.
He kind of just put himself into his work, right? By becoming a detective or whatever.
Yeah, well,
right?
Now he's working for the ex-king or ex-prince.
Yeah. But you know what? But the impression was Mako gets his. He's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, exactly, definitely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. So I want to thank of course Steve-O and Goose for joining with me today on this awesome journey that we call Dirty Masenko. And
Masenko.
Yeah, Masenko. If you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to hit the like button, hit subscribe, notification bell, leave a comment. We got one comment the other day, and it was a spam one.
We did.
Saying, oh, I like video. Click here to see me naked. And I was like, no! I was like, it's a spam bot. He's like, those are our fans.
No, but I'm going to click on it.
No, I didn't click on it. But I do need a new computer on an unrelated note. I'm just kidding. But yeah, feel free to share this video if you liked it. And again, We can't wait until next week, and it's gonna be, I'm just kidding, guys. Well, thank you again for listening to Dirty Masenko. For me, Tank Rodriguez, Steve-O, and Goose. We'll see you on the next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.